Hello viewers, we will continue in our common in the common part in cybersecurity of the part of operational technology, and then we'll be discussing about port 1833, which is the MQTT, which is a message queuing telemetry what transport. So the first thing we are going to start with is what problem does what MQTT solve? Let's imagine an oil and gas operations. There are pipelines across hundreds of kilometers, remote pump stations, and then sensors measuring pressure, temperature, and vibration. Also, equipment that is located far from what cities. These sensors are low powered, send small bit of data, often was used slow or unstable networks. Traditional communication method are too heavy and also inefficiency. So engineering asked, how do we send small messages reliably from anywhere all the time? That is why MQTT was created. Now that sound complex, and then so let us simplifies it. MQTT is a lightweight messaging system that allow machines to send short messages to each other efficiently. It is designed for sensors, remote devices, unreliable networks, large scale systems. So the most important thing is that MQTT works differently. Most people think that communication is like a phone calls. You talk directly to someone and then they talk back at you. But MQTT does not work like that. MQTT works like a radio station. The the MQTT is the radio station model, which is and then the MQTT uses three main components, which is number one, the publishers, which is a device that send messages, example like a pressure sensor, and then we also have a broker, the central message hub, which is and MQTT servers. We also have a subscriber, which is the system that receive messages, example a dashboard or analytical platform. So the publishers does not know who receive the messages. It's only send data to the brokers, and then the role the port 1883 place is that is the default door which MQTT uses to communicate. We know that, and then we should remember that IP address is the building, and the port also is the door, and then MQTT is the messaging languages, and then port 1883 allows sensors, devices, and system to connect to the MQTT broker and exchange messages. So in a simple story, MQTT in action of in an example of oil and gas, I'm going to walk you through the part which is a pressure sensor detects a pipeline pressure. The sensor publish a message which is pressure, which is equal to 120 psi. Then the message goes to the MQTT broker via the port 1883, and then multiple systems receive it, which is the control room dashboard, cloud analytics platform, maintenance alert system, and then no direct connections between senders and the receivers. That is the efficient, scalable, and then this is efficient, scalable, and also fast. Why MQTT is perfect for oil and gas and the operational technology is that MQTT is ideal because it use very little bandwidth. It works well over unstable network. Devices can disconnect and reconnect easily. Thousands of sensors can communicate at once. That is why it uses it is used in smart pipelines, remote well monitoring, offshore platform, digital or oil field systems, So why port 188 is what is a cyber security concern? Here is a critical issue here. Port 1883 send data in plain text by default. That means message are what? Are not encrypted. Anyone listening can read them. Authentication is often what? Weak. If attackers access port 1883, they can what? Read sensors data. They can inject false data. They can also what? Manipulate analytics. So false data can be just a what? A dangerous as false what? Command. What kind of damages can unsecured MQTT what cause? In OT and oil and gas industry, false what? Pressure reading will be equals to what? Wrong decisions. Fake normal messages will be equals to hidden what? Failures. Manipulated data will be equals to unsafe operations. Even if MQTT doesn't directly control equipment, it influences humans and automated what? Decisions. So why MQTT is often exposed to the internet? Many organizations connect MQTT brokers to the cloud, use default settings, forget to restrict access. This leads to what? Publicly accessible MQTT brokers. It leaks operational data, industrial espionage what? Risk. Why IT style security is not enough? Blocking MQTT traffic can break remote monitoring, disconnect what? Sensors, blind operators. So OT security focuses on what? Proper configuration, secure variant, and then network segmentation, and also monitoring message behavior. So let us think of MQTT like a public notice board. People post messages, other what? Read them. If the board is unsecured, anyone can read the messages, anyone can post fake messages, and then security will now decide who can post, who can read, and who can't what? Even see the board. Now port 1883, which is the MQTT, is the nervous system of modern what? Industrial data. It enables digital transformation, remote visibility, smart decision making, built without what? But the thing is that it was the thing is that but without security, it becomes silent what? Risk. Data trust disappear, system can what? Can be compromised. So do you think data only system like sensor can still cause real world damage if compromised? So share your what? Comment. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day.